Let's get to some of the goals, because Gary, just out of interest, do you think it's fair to say that Louis was extremely highly regarded with the players that he played with? Maybe he's not remembered in quite the way he should be.
I know, honestly. Do you know something, Kelly? It's a true story. Sir Alex never asked us which players we should sign, or never asked us information about players he was going to sign. After we played Fulham one time in the FA Cup, he actually asked us as defenders, would we sign Louis Saha? And we all said yes straight away. And I do remember this season where he was playing up front with Wazza in 2006, and it was absolutely unbelievable. He was amazing. We felt fantastic together. And Louis was a brilliant player. He gave me absolute nightmares when I used to play against him when he played for Fulham. Him and Louis Morty.
Caro, for you as well, playing against him. I mean, Gary's talking about the pleasure of playing with him and the challenge of playing against him.
No, it was very difficult. I came up against him, obviously, lots of teams, Merseyside derbies and and obviously Manchester United, the two biggest rivals for Liverpool. But Louis Saha, the movement he did there on Gary Neville, he did that to a lot of players. I can remember him doing that to me in games as well, where I think he was possibly the best in the league, I think, of actually going short and then spinning in behind. Really, we talk about strikers' movements a lot, and we should always do the extra run for the defender and one for yourself. You know, a lot of coaches say that, but very few strikers actually do that. So, Louis, that was something that you definitely caught me out on a few times. So it wasn't just Gary Neville.
Yeah, but I think I was like really aware that most of the defenders like to be tight, and so I tried to suck them up with movement first and then spin, because I knew that I had some speed. It was very my kind of movement that I was really trying to master. Pick that from other strikers, obviously, and it's a combination. You need to do some different type of movement. You go on the wide and come back inside, and make sure that you always like find a way to upset the defender and be in their head as they try to kick you as well. So you have to find a way around in many different games.
Louis, when you think back on your time in the Premier League, what's not necessarily the moment, but what's the period that stands out the most for you? Which time do you look back on most fondly?
I would say, that all the training session, most of the training session is things that I really miss from the moment that you stop football. You realize that the banter, the actual togetherness, that's a very special moments, and obviously scoring goals, especially against rivals, those moments where you feel like you're part of a special teams. And so I had like my moments where I scored my first goal for United, was really special, but the first one for Fulham and Everton, all those games are massive. So I'll get them like really tight in my heart, because they are a foundation of your career. Basically you get your confidence as a striker. So I was really into those special moments where you get that kind of connection with the fans. So all this is like moment that I don't have like one moment especially. It's like a combination of that I really love.